that wants to can file in. Alright, so what I'm going to do is jelly print on some napkin backs. And over to the side I have a I have a pumpkin that I have gessoed. So I'm going to let that dry while I jelly print some napkin. It's going to be a cat. The question is, what colors do we want to stick? I'm thinking like a calico cat, and maybe, or do I want to go with turquoise and do kind of a funky cat and do some magicals on it? Cat is Darlene. What do we think? Should I go bright colors and then add some magicals to it after I get it collaged? I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to do silvers and metallics, and then we'll put magicals on top, and that will be the pop of color. So shimmering silver, black pearl, zinc. We'll get some copper going in there. Maybe a little, I don't know what the purple. Some worn penny, silver sage, some splendid gold. Well, what I'm thinking is I'll do the metallics on the napkin, and then when we get that on the pumpkin, we'll spray some magicals, and that's where we'll get some color, is through the magicals. Because that, when you do the jelly print in one color and then you do the magicals in another, it can be really pretty, and that's where we can get the purple and the teal, or even some watercolor. So I'm hoping, thought I pulled out some big napkins, but they're not that big. Let me see if I can find some more that are like that. I have these, but they've got some black on them. It might get too busy with the jelly print. Let me see if I can find a stack of dinner. Nope. So we'll just go what we have. We'll just go with this. And I may even use some of those black ones. Hi, Dot. Alright, so that's the black pearl and the zinc. I like that combo. In fact, I'm going to add some silver sage in there. I was going to do an acrylic pour on a pumpkin, but I don't think I have enough time for it to do its thing. So I'm going to put that, put this over here. And because I want mostly like the pattern, I don't really want the other. What I'm going to do is just, after I pull these up, brayer some more paint. I'm not going to do the other. I'm not going to jelly print kind of normally, where you get the ghost or the other image. I am going to get a second brayer though. This is for school, for a fall festival. Alright, that one tore right there, but it will not matter. That's going to be really pretty. It's really silvery. I just set it to the side. I'm going to do the same thing. Get another. This time I'm going to add more of a silver. That was really wet. So I'll have some lights and some darks. Because I'm thinking I can do it like a patchy, like a calico. Let's get this floral. Some circles. Can you hear Banana? She's not happy. She needs a can. Dad left with the cans in the car, I think. Let me see if there's one over there. Okay, that's a lot lighter, but let me see if I can throw down a can for her, or she won't stop. Yeah, there you go, Fussy. Okay, let's try. I'm just going to add this to some paper just to clean it off and go with another color. Just leave that on that map paper. And let's try a little ruby red. A little bronze. And a little gold. Oh, that's a stinky cat food. Floral. Do some circles. Do a little more of this. And we'll do some of this. Here's It's not going to cover all of the plate. So I'll take a little one and put it over here. This is a double layer, so it'll peel apart in just a minute. And I'm still getting some of that silver. Should make it interesting. We'll just keep adding to that one. All right, let's pull those apart. She's still fussing. All right, let's roll that back out and try to get a little bit more. Almost getting a rose gold color. Alright, and we'll use that side and use all of that floral. And we use all of this again. Take the same one I just took off. And then we'll take this one and add some of that there. Just try to make good contact. Okay, that's good. And I'm going to take those off, and I'm going to do, let me see what I can get off this plate on the paper real quick. Hi, Cindy Lou. And let's grab another piece. This is just papers, like brayer papers. Alright, I think I'm going to do a black. Some black. And then I'm going to have enough napkin, I think. And I'm going to leave that on there. And just put some black on, maybe. So I'll have some options for black and silver, and we'll do a calico. Oh, different brayer. Oh well, won't matter. Okay, let's put that. Let's put floral. this. And we'll put this one over there. I'm out of big napkins right now, so we'll just use some little ones. Put some there. Pull that off. And it even got some of that copper. Okay, pull that one off. Alright, let's see what we pull off the plate on here, and I think we'll put the plate up and we'll start collaging the pumpkin. Like I said, we'll put those papers up. We'll move the jelly plate. I got a big glob of paint right here. I'm just gonna work it on that napkin and not worry about it. Let me get rid of this. And I'm going to get rid of the jelly plate. Okay. Here's our pumpkin. It's got gesso, which is almost dry. It's got a flat side, and we're going to make that the face. So I think I'll start back here, and I'm thinking about making it a witch's hat that fits over here. Hi, Eileen. So let's start. I'm gonna take a wet brush with some water and just get these edges torn. So I just have rough edges. And I'm just tearing some pieces, trying to get away from that real squared up. Okay. So I'm going to start right here. I'm going to dry it a little bit with a black spot. Start up here with a patch of black. The reason why I chose napkin over paper is because I knew that it would conform to the shapes super easy. Okay, and then I think I'm gonna work into some silver. I'm just gonna get rid of the rough edge. And put a little silver next to the black. I'm going for like a calico cat. I'm going to give it a little spray with water. Let it help it fall. Okay, let's do a little patch of a copper. Actually, I want to use some of this black with the copper and work my way into the copper. It's still wet on the bottom under the pumpkin with the gesso. Okay. Let's get some copper color. All right, I'll do it right there. So. Spray that so that'll kind of lay down. Okay. Let's take this little bit of copper and put it over on the top on this side. Turn that. I know you can't probably see very well on the camera. Let's get a little black patch going right here. Some of that tore, but it just give me a more jagged edge. Let's put more black over. I'm just going to work on the top a little bit. And I am using different prints. Okay, let's stick some silver in here. I'm just trying to make an irregular shape. And this one goes around to the bottom, so that's good. And there's a little bit of white patches. I'm just going to not worry about those. Okay, let's do some. Let's do a bigger spot of. Let's do a big spot of copper. Cover up bigger space. Okay. Put some more glue down here. I know I'm getting white gesso in my glue, I bet. A little bare spot right in here. I'm just going to stick some more black in next to that other black. Okay, now I don't want the face to be, I think I'm going to end up painting the face. So I don't want too much of the pattern on the face. So let's do a big patch of silver. We'll get the edges off. And I'm going to do a really big patch of silver. And that might get it framed pretty good. This is where a spray gel medium would work really good. Okay, let's wrap that back. Take some of it off. I don't think I'm going to worry too much about the bottom. I think I'll do some transition. You know how Dee Dee put some smeared paint in some of the transitions? I think I'll do that when it's dry. Here in a minute. That's just about all the glue on the napkin we want. Maybe up here just a little. Down the middle. clear out the napkinage. Can always add a little more later if we need to. Clean up the work area just a little bit. Like I said, I'm not going to worry about the, I think we're going to make a hat to put on it. So let's dry it a little bit. Okay. So I'm going to set this over to the side, and we're going to let that dry just a little bit more before we hit it with any magicals. Let's make the hat. I'm thinking like black and purple or something like that. Green. And let's use some scrapbook paper that's gray. Let's use that for it's the same color on both sides, essentially. That's really pretty too. And I need some dark gray is what I'm thinking. Alright, so what I'm thinking about is this can be turned into a cone in a minute. Let's glue these two together. I'm just going to glue these two together to make the brim of the hat. Glue's driving me nuts. I'm just going to take these two papers. and put them together. Okay. What do I want to use? Big enough for a circle. Let's do it on this side. I'm just tracing a circle. Just a little bit of a guideline. Well, not much one. Let's try this. That'll work. Okay. I'm not going to work about if it's perfect. Okay. And I need to make my little cone. Do this. I think I can get that to be a cone shape. I have to trim the paper. This is when you need a tape gun, which I don't have. And I'm just going to kind of twist the hat at the top. Right. So let's, all right, here's my idea. I should have waited to glue those layers together. Okay, let's see. I want to fold these. They're not going to look under this, so. And I'm not going to worry about it if it's not straight either. Okay. Right, here's my trick. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put some paint pen. I don't know if it'll work. I might need paint. I'll take some wet paint. And lay these down. This is the bottom. Let's see if I can't get. That's close enough. And I'm just winging this, guys, making it up. Because we can put some ribbon or something if we need to. Okay. That'll work. May not end up with the turquoise a whole lot. Like I said, I should have done the one ring. If I'd known what I was doing, I would have done the one ring and then glued the other one. So this would have been between the two layers of paper. Okay. I just want the stem of the pumpkin to go up in here. Oh my gosh, Dot. Mine took forever to get there, Dot, and they were mailed in the U.S. I don't think the UPS place sent them out. I think they sat in the UPS store. That's why I hate using them. Okay. I'm gonna let that dry. And the next thing I want to do is make cat ears. And I'm gonna find some pink purpley paper. Maybe I'll use some of this of Janet's. If I focus right there. Okay, trash that. Let's get rid of all that extra paper. Okay. Let's glue. These two pieces together. I may trim them here because they're not matching up because I put the paper wrong. Also does not want to stick. Let's make them tinier ears. That works for cat ears. Okay, so my idea was the same kind of thing I did. I need a slit. Okay. So I'm just putting those through that way, and then I'll put glue. So the ears will stand up. And let's put a slit over here. Make it wider. So that should get that in. Now bend that back. Glue that. Okay, so that's going to be the hat and the ears. So let's set that to dry. Get rid of these paints. Put the pumpkin back. Okay. So, magicals. I think purple and teal, this sweet violet purple teal, and I think some Tahitian poppy teal. And which is portion purple? Okay, I need, there's 2 sprayers. There's something in this one, I don't know what that is. That's a silvery. Alright, this had some red in it, so it'll be fine. I'm going to start with the, I may only use the one purple, we'll see. I like to use the X-Acto knife to put some in here. And then I'm just going to add some water in the mini mister. Put that lid in and give it a little shake. Let's close this. Okay. Alright, and this already has some kind of teal in it. Blue. So I'm just going to add a little bit more. It's probably a blue. It's probably a hydrangea blue, would be my guess. But we'll add some of this teal. I'll add some more water. Okay. I'm going to let it run down. Let's see. Some more of that. And just some regular water and let it run. Okay, my table is going to be a mess. Some now purple. Hey honey, I'm streaming the pumpkin. All right. Okay. Okay, that's getting really pretty on the front. Let's try. Do we now my labels have magicals? spray. That's funny. So now it's all. I don't know if I got the right potency on it. Let's. And I want to do some. Just on the front, trying to get some like lines that will like drippage. That looks like super good. Let it drip down there a little bit. Okay. All right, let's get some more teal in the spray bottle. Okay, let's. A little bit more teal in some places. Okay, let's. I'm gonna dry some of this up with napkins. You know the.
Mushrooms are still warm.
Okay, will you bring me the mushrooms? Not the sandwich, but the mushrooms. I'll eat them. You know the stuff from Walmart or Walgreens is still in the car, babe?
Yeah.
I gave him a can though. Fanny insisted.
Sure you did.
Okay. Let's give that a little dry real quick and see what we have. And it's gonna shimmer because the magicals. Oh, lost some paint right here in the front. Water pooled up in the top of the pumpkin. What, babe?
Open the YouTube.
Oh, did you, where the... Never mind. I thought you had brought something over. Bob brought me fried mushrooms from the Greek place. All right. It's going to be auctioned. Which happened to be there. It's at school. All right, so I'm going to put the hat on so we can think about the face. I'm thinking about the face needs to, I can't touch it a whole lot yet. It's still not quite dry. I'm kind of thinking to do what Ella did and do some of the face pieces in paper that we can then put on here. And then we can kind of enhance with some paint. So let's, I'm going to move the hat and the pumpkin and let the pumpkin dry a little. And she used punches, so let's figure out. Just dumped all the punches somewhere. Oh, there they are. Okay, so let's make green eyes. For our little girl. It's got some green and yellow. So let's see, we can do two. I'm going to do big punches. We need Ella. Where's Ella? I wasn't paying enough attention. Okay. Then we want like a little pink nose. I think I'll use that for the... That might be good for the pink nose. I'm going to do a square. And then I'm going to cut it into a... And I'm just going to soften the edges. Okay, that should work for a nose. And then I think I want circles the same. I think circles the same size in a purple. The big circles. Words. Get that to fall out. There we go. Okay. Let's do another big one. I don't know how many of these we need. Okay, and then I want black. I think I'm going to do the same, the gray. I'm going to do the same size. Then the shimmery gray. It's not breaking free, is what it's not doing. Okay. So I'm thinking I can do is she did a hood, like a hooded eye. And then we can cut these kind of like an oval type slit. Glue. Is that too small? Maybe I want to freehand. I'm not sure about that over the eye. We got ears. We got eyes. Whiskers. What do you want to do for whiskers? I'm trying to think if I have anything to stick out. The eyes may be too big. Maybe it's a double. Maybe something like that. Kind of works because I can kind of make the eyes a little smaller. Kind of like that. Let's go ahead and kind of be like eyeshadow almost.
Okay, man.
Okay, babe.
Is it too loud?
Nope. Okay. Set those aside. What do we have? What can we use for whiskers?
I have some guitar strings. You think
Oh, I don't even need to paint them.
it'd be kind of
Guitar strings
quickly?
we can just poke them in and let them stick out.
Yeah.
Will you or we can think about that with the paint pen. Honey, will you cut me about pieces that are maybe about this different lengths, but about this long? The thicker, the too thin will be too hard to poke into the pumpkin. We'll use guitar string for the whiskers. At least. Oh, are you cannibalizing a new?
No, I'm gonna
Okay.
I can't use.
Okay, good.
No, not my good string.
I was gonna say, don't cannibalize. Okay, let's see if we can get this on, the face on. God, the bottom is still just wet. Let me zap this with the heat gun a little bit.
How big is the thermometer?
About 4 to 6 inches, varying. Because I have to stick them in, and the thick ones might be better. Nope, that was not good. Okay. I'm gonna give these a little, like a curve. Yeah,
Once
they-
you cut them, just one on one.
Honey, can I cut them with that thing? Okay. All right, thanks, babe. Good idea. Okay. Getting the eyes on. Trying to conform it to the pumpkin a little bit. Once it gets wet with enough glue. And if I put the gel medium, we can hit it with the paint pen and make eyelashes. Or with the pit pens, one or the other. Okay. Getting the nose on. Okay, let's put a little gel medium over the area where the mouth is going to go. Okay, let's try to dry this a little bit. There's something up here on her eye from my finger. Oh, I want that to dry a little bit. So what I'm thinking I'm going to do real quick, while that is drying in places, I'm going to take a little purple, take a sponge. I'm going to take this floral stencil. Get a makeup sponge. I'm going to get a little bit of a heavier purple. And an opaque. Because I think what I want to do is worry about some of these transitions real quick. And I'm going to stencil in some floral in this area. Looks good right here. This one didn't go so well, but let's try. Over here, I had my stencil. I had my sponge too wet. Okay. And I'm going to take a brush, just kind of brush on some purple down here, just to make sure there's less orange. Okay, that's good. All right, let's cut. Just cutting some wire. Trying to figure out if I can. Oh, yeah. They're hard to get started, but once they get started, can you see them? I'll rock it back in a minute. Thinking just like 3 on each side. I wish I could curl them, but I'm not sure I can. You can try in a minute. Let's see if I take a X-Acto knife maybe. Oh, I can get a little curl. I'll try to get a little curl in there. Oh, that's a lot better with the curl. Bye, Jeannie. Thanks for hanging out. There's another one. This one needs to be curled. I'm going to take it out and then put it back in. Oh, I messed up the eye. Well, we'll cover it up with some paint. I hit the eye with my hand or something. Thank you, Eileen. Okay, I'm going to put this one on the bottom. That was genius, Bob.
Well, that's fine.
That's true. I'm going to fix that little spot on the eye with just a piece of paper. We got to put highlights anyways, a little bit. That'll work. One more wire. Okay. Okay. Rock her back so you can see the whiskers. Alright, I don't know if we're going to need to use a paint pen to do her mouth or if we're going to need to use a brush. It's weeping where I poked it. Let's try a paint pen if we can get it going enough. The other possibility is the pit marker. It's gonna. It's picking up paint. Needs to go smoother. So let's just get paint. I have the biggest mess. Paint on everything. Let's get rid of those over there. Okay, we need to get rid of that. Get rid of this. Right, we need a pointy brush. I think that's kind of cute. so let's see what we can do. How about some lashes? I don't know about the black. It's too much. Too thick. Need a different. I like the eyelash idea, but different implement. I think we can use a pit marker and get it better than the paintbrush. So let's try finding a black brush pen. Alright, there's a black brush pen. Let's try that. I'll show you in just a second. Okay. Do we like that better? Can you see? I don't know if you can even see. Is that all right? So let's try some over here. Okay. So she's got eyelashes. She has eyeshadow. She has a mouth. She needs a highlight. Okay, there's a highlight on her eyes. I don't think I'm going to worry about the bottom of it so much because it just, I may make something for it to sit on. So she needs her hat, right? And her ears. Let's go ahead and I'm gonna, because this is not gonna look right in the turquoise. So I'm gonna paint this black. Underneath, because some of it's gonna roll up. And then I think I'll hit some purple on the ends. That way if it does show. I'll just put the purple with the black. We'll use that paint up. Okay. All right. So, let me dry this real quick. Nope, she's for school for an auction at the fall festival. All right, let's get some thick gel medium and a little knife. I don't really know where it's going to make contact. I'm just going to put glue all the way around. In globs. Okay. And I'm going to let her hat keep curling up because that looks good. Get rid of this paint. paper that's sitting over there. Okay, that in the water. Grab that brush. Okay, I think she's done. I mean, rock her back a little bit. So y'all can see her. I'll make sure where I'm touching her. She's really wet still. Can you sort of see? I'm going to just have to take a picture of her with my camera and post it. Because when I touch it, I'm pulling stuff off. Because it needs to sit and cure. I think what I'll do when it's done is give it a good spray of clear coat stuff, the heavy gel. Because you can see like it just a bunch came off on my finger. Because my fingers are filthy. So, let me stop the recording.